In a quiet corner of the galaxy, far from the bustling trade routes and glowing nebulae, something unusual caught the attention of the Zarnok Dominion. The Dominion was an advanced alien empire, known for its vast fleets and cutting-edge technology. They ruled over dozens of star systems with pride, believing themselves to be the most powerful force in the universe. But on this day, their confidence would be shaken. A routine patrol ship, commanded by Captain Jorek, stumbled upon a strange object drifting silently through space. At first glance, it looked like any other piece of debris, perhaps the remains of an old satellite or a broken cargo container. But as the crew scanned it more closely, they realized it was no ordinary artifact. It was a spacecraft, sleek and elegant, with designs that didn't match anything in the Dominion's extensive database. Its surface shimmered faintly, as if alive, and its shape seemed both familiar and alien at the same time. Captain Jorek ordered his team to investigate. As they approached, they noticed strange symbols etched into the hull. These markings were unlike any language the Dominion had ever encountered, yet there was something oddly human about them. When they finally managed to open a hatch, they found the interior just as puzzling. The control panels glowed softly, displaying patterns and symbols that defied explanation. And then, in one of the ship's storage compartments, they discovered vials containing what appeared to be biological material. Tests confirmed it. The samples contained traces of human DNA. The discovery sent shockwaves through the Dominion's High Council. Humans, as far as they knew, were still confined to their home planet, a small blue world called Earth. They were primitive beings, barely capable of leaving their atmosphere, let alone building vessels like this. Yet here was undeniable proof that humans, or someone connected to them, had created something extraordinary. The implications were staggering. Had humanity been holding back their true potential? Or was this evidence of some forgotten chapter in their history? While the Dominion grappled with these questions, light years away on Earth, a young man named Alex Carter sat hunched over his desk at a remote observatory. Alex was an astrophysicist, passionate about exploring the mysteries of the cosmos. That night, he was analyzing data from deep space when something unusual caught his eye. A series of energy readings had appeared on his monitors, originating from a distant region of the galaxy. The signals were faint but unmistakable, pulsing in rhythmic patterns that hinted at artificial origins. Curious, Alex shared his findings with his colleague, Dr. Laura Bennett. Laura was a seasoned scientist with a knack for solving puzzles. She examined the data carefully and suggested it might be evidence of extraterrestrial activity. But why now? She wondered aloud. And why here? Neither of them could have guessed how closely their discovery was tied to the events unfolding in the stars. For now, they simply marveled at the possibilities. Little did they know, their lives and the fate of humanity were about to change forever. As the Zarnok Dominion continued to study the mysterious spacecraft, their scientists made another startling discovery. Hidden deep within the ship's memory banks were fragmented data logs. Though much of the information was corrupted, enough remained to piece together a partial story. The logs described a civilization that had once thrived among the stars, a civilization of humans. But these weren't the humans of today, confined to Earth and struggling to master basic space travel. These humans had achieved technological marvels far beyond anything the Dominion had imagined possible. The logs spoke of massive ships capable of traveling between galaxies, energy sources that defied known physics, and even colonies scattered across countless worlds. Yet there was no mention of how this advanced society had fallen or why its existence had been erased from history. The Dominion's leaders were both fascinated and unsettled. If such a powerful human civilization had existed millions of years ago, what had happened to it? And why had no trace of it survived until now? Back on Earth, Alex Carter and Dr. Laura Bennett were unaware of the Dominion's findings. They were focused on their own investigation, trying to make sense of the strange energy signals Alex had detected. After days of analysis, they noticed something peculiar. The signals seemed to align with specific coordinates in space, When plotted on a star map, these coordinates pointed to a region near the edge of the Milky Way, a part of the galaxy rarely explored by humans. Laura suggested they dig deeper into Earth's ancient history to see if there might be any connection. "Maybe our ancestors knew more about the stars than we think," she said. Her words sparked an idea in Alex's mind. He remembered reading about a controversial archaeological site buried beneath the sands of Egypt. Some researchers believed it held clues to a forgotten era of human achievement, though mainstream science dismissed the claims as fantasy. Determined to find answers, Alex reached out to Daniel Hayes, a historian specializing in ancient civilizations. Daniel was skeptical at first, but agreed to meet them after hearing about the energy signals. Together, the trio traveled to Egypt, where they joined a team of archaeologists already excavating the site. It didn't take long for them to uncover something extraordinary. Beneath layers of sand and stone, they found a hidden chamber filled with artifacts unlike anything seen before. The walls of the chamber were covered in intricate carvings depicting humans alongside towering machines and glowing structures. There were images of people standing on alien landscapes, gazing up at unfamiliar constellations. In the center of the room stood a large stone tablet engraved with symbols similar to those Alex and Laura had seen in the energy signal patterns. It was clear that whoever created these carvings had knowledge of the cosmos far beyond what modern humans possessed. Daniel was speechless. "This changes everything," he murmured, running his fingers over the carvings. "If this is real, then humanity's history is nothing like we've been taught." But their excitement was short-lived. Unbeknownst to them, their discovery hadn't gone unnoticed. A shadowy figure named Victor Kane had been monitoring their work from afar. Kane was a wealthy industrialist with a dark obsession. He believed that humanity's greatest achievements had been deliberately hidden by governments and institutions. For years, he had funded secret expeditions to uncover evidence of advanced ancient technology. Now, seeing Alex and his team stumble upon something so significant, Kane decided it was time to act. He sent operatives to infiltrate the excavation site, hoping to steal the artifacts and claim their secrets for himself. As night fell over the desert, tensions began to rise. Little did Alex and his companions know, they were about to face dangers far greater than they could have imagined. And their quest for truth would soon put them in the crosshairs of someone who would stop at nothing to control the past. The hidden chamber beneath the sands of Egypt was a treasure trove of mysteries. Alex, Laura, and Daniel worked tirelessly to document the carvings and artifacts they had uncovered. Each new discovery seemed to confirm their wildest theories. Humanity's past was far more complex than anyone had realized. Among the relics, they found a stone map etched with lines connecting distant stars. The map showed routes between planets and systems, suggesting that ancient humans had not only traveled to these places, but had also established settlements there. Laura traced her fingers over the map, her mind racing with possibilities. "This isn't just a record of exploration," she said. "It's proof that humans once ruled parts of the galaxy." Alex nodded, his excitement tempered by a growing sense of unease. If this was true, why had all evidence of such a civilization been erased? And what had caused its downfall? As they examined the map, Daniel noticed something unusual, a small symbol carved into one corner. It matched the strange patterns Alex had seen in the energy signals from space. "This could be a clue," Daniel said. "Maybe it's pointing us towards something out there." His words sent a shiver down Alex's spine. They were standing on the edge of a revelation that could rewrite history, and perhaps even change the future. But their work was interrupted when Victor Kane made his move. That night, under the cover of darkness, Kane's operatives infiltrated the site. Armed and determined, they surrounded the excavation area, cutting off communication with the outside world. One of Kane's men confronted Alex and his team, demanding they hand over the map and any other artifacts they had found. "You don't understand what you're dealing with," the man growled. "This belongs to someone who knows how to use it." Alex refused to back down. "These are part of our history," he said firmly. They belonged to everyone. But Kane's men weren't interested in negotiations. A tense standoff ensued as the team tried to protect the artifacts. Just as things seemed hopeless, Daniel spotted an opportunity. He grabbed a flashlight and shone it directly into the eyes of one of the intruders, creating enough confusion for the group to make a break for it. They fled into the desert, clutching the map and a few key relics. The cold night air bit at their skin as they ran, their hearts pounding with fear and adrenaline. Behind them, Kane's men shouted orders, their voices echoing across the dunes. For hours, the chase continued until Alex, Laura, and Daniel finally reached a safe hiding spot, an abandoned hut used by local nomads. Inside, they caught their breath and assessed their situation. "We can't let him get these," Laura said, holding the map tightly. "If Kane gets his hands on this knowledge, who knows what he'll do with it?" Alex agreed. "He's dangerous," he said. "We need to figure out what this map means before he catches up to us." As dawn broke, the trio began studying the map again, searching for answers. They realized it wasn't just a record of ancient star systems. It was also a guide. The symbols and lines pointed to specific locations, including one deep within Earth's solar system. Could it lead to a surviving remnant of the lost civilization? Or was it a trap set by the ancients to protect their secrets? Unbeknownst to them, Kane's forces were closing in. Time was running out, and the stakes were higher than ever. Alex, Laura, and Daniel knew they couldn't face Kane alone. They needed help, but who could they trust? As the sun rose over the horizon, casting long shadows across the desert, they prepared to take their first step into the unknown. Whatever lay ahead, they were determined to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. The situation on Earth grew more complicated as Victor Kane's forces tightened their grip. Alex, Laura, and Daniel knew they couldn't stay hidden for long. They needed allies, people who could help them understand the map and protect its secrets from falling into the wrong hands. After some discussion, Laura suggested reaching out to an old friend of hers, a journalist named Sarah Myers. Sarah had a reputation for uncovering the truth, no matter how dangerous the story. If anyone could help them expose Kane's plans, it was her. Sarah arrived at their hiding spot the next day, bringing with her not only her investigative skills, but also a network of trusted contacts. She listened intently as Alex explained the map and the strange energy signals from space. "This is bigger than any of us," Sarah said. "If what you're saying is true, then the whole world needs to know about it." But she also warned them that going public could put them in even greater danger. "Kane isn't someone who takes risks lightly," she added. "He'll do whatever it takes to silence you." While Sarah worked on gathering evidence against Kane, Alex and his team focused on decoding the map. They discovered that one of the locations marked on it corresponded to a distant region of space, the same area where Alex had detected the mysterious energy signals. Could it be connected to the derelict spacecraft found by the Zarnok Dominion? The thought sent chills down their spines. If so, then humanity wasn't alone in the universe, and others already knew about their lost past. Their suspicions were confirmed when an unexpected visitor arrived, a delegation from the Zarnok Dominion. The alien empire had traced the origins of the derelict ship back to Earth and wanted answers. Their leader, Ambassador Vela, was a tall, slender being with shimmering blue skin and piercing eyes. She spoke calmly but firmly, explaining that the Dominion had uncovered evidence of an ancient human civilization capable of incredible feats. "We seek understanding," Vela said, "not conflict." At first, world leaders were terrified by the appearance of the aliens. Rumors spread like wildfire, sparking panic among the public. But Alex and Laura volunteered to act as intermediaries between Earth and the Dominion. They believed this was an opportunity to learn more about humanity's forgotten history, and perhaps even form an alliance. During the negotiations, tensions ran high. Kane saw the arrival of the aliens as a chance to further his own agenda. Using stolen data from Alex's research, he leaked false information to the media, claiming that the Dominion intended to conquer Earth. His actions ignited fear and distrust, threatening to derail the talks. Things came to a head when Kane's operatives attempted to sabotage the meeting, storming the United Nations headquarters where the discussions were taking place. In the chaos that followed, Alex and Laura exposed Kane's treachery. With Sarah's help, they presented irrefutable proof of his involvement in the theft of the artifacts and his attempts to manipulate global opinion. Cornered and humiliated, Kane was arrested, though his followers remained at large. Despite the setback, the incident forced both sides to recognize the importance of cooperation. Humanity and the Zarnok Dominion agreed to work together to uncover the truth about the ancient civilization. As the dust settled, Alex felt a glimmer of hope. For the first time, humans were stepping onto the galactic stage, not as primitive beings, but as descendants of a once great people. The journey ahead would be fraught with challenges, but Alex knew one thing for certain. Humanity's story was far from over. And with allies both human and alien by their side, they might just have a chance to reclaim their lost legacy. With tensions easing between Earth and the Zarnok Dominion, a bold plan was proposed. A joint mission to explore the region of space marked on the ancient map. Both sides agreed that understanding the origins of the derelict spacecraft and the civilization behind it was crucial. The Dominion offered their flagship, the Ecliptica*, a state-of-the-art vessel equipped with advanced technology far beyond anything humanity had ever seen. Alex, Laura, and Daniel were chosen to represent Earth on the journey, along with 2 other humans selected for their unique skills. Ryan Mitchell, a skilled pilot with years of experience flying experimental aircraft, was tasked with learning how to navigate the alien ship. Though the controls were unfamiliar, Ryan quickly adapted, his natural talent making him an invaluable asset. Samantha Brooks, an engineer known for her ability to reverse engineer complex systems, joined the crew as well. Her job would be to study the Dominion's technology and ensure the humans could contribute meaningfully to the mission. As the Ecliptica* prepared for launch, the mood among the crew was a mix of excitement and apprehension. The humans were awestruck by the scale of the Dominion's vessel, while the aliens regarded their human counterparts with cautious curiosity. Despite their differences, bonds began to form during the early days of the voyage. Ryan spent hours in the cockpit with Jorek, the ship's captain, exchanging stories about their respective worlds. Samantha worked closely with Vela, the ambassador, learning how the Dominion's engines functioned and sharing insights about Earth's own technological advancements. The journey took them through breathtaking regions of space, filled with swirling nebulae and glittering star clusters. But it wasn't without challenges. One day, as they approached the coordinates marked on the map, sensors detected another ship trailing them at a distance. At first, they assumed it was a coincidence, but when the vessel began matching their course, suspicions grew. It didn't take long to identify the pursuers, remnants of Victor Kane's organization, who had somehow acquired a Dominion cruiser to continue their pursuit. "They're not going to let us finish this," Laura said, her voice tense as she reviewed the data. "They'll do whatever it takes to get those secrets." Captain Jorek ordered the crew to prepare for the worst. The rogue ship closed in rapidly, its weapons systems powering up. A tense standoff ensued, with both sides exchanging warnings over communication channels. The Dominion's crew readied defensive measures, while Ryan and Samantha worked together to reinforce the Ecliptica's shields, using a combination of alien and human engineering. When the enemy ship fired the first shot, chaos erupted. Alarms blared as the crew scrambled to respond. Ryan maneuvered the Ecliptica* with incredible precision, dodging blasts while returning fire with the ship's powerful cannons. Samantha stayed focused on maintaining the shields, her hands flying over the control panel as she adjusted settings in real time. Meanwhile, Alex and Laura monitored the rogue ship's movements, searching for weaknesses. The turning point came when Ryan noticed a flaw in the enemy's strategy. Their stolen cruiser lacked the full capabilities of a true Dominion vessel, leaving it vulnerable in certain areas. With Jorek's approval, Ryan executed a daring move, luring the enemy into a trap. As the rogue ship moved into position, Samantha overloaded its propulsion systems with a burst of energy from the Ecliptica's engines. The enemy vessel faltered, its systems failing. In a final act of bravery, Ryan volunteered to disable the ship completely. He piloted a small shuttle toward the cruiser, risking his life to plant explosives near its core. The explosion crippled the enemy ship, forcing it to retreat. But the victory came at a cost. Ryan's shuttle was caught in the blast, leaving his fate uncertain. Back on the Ecliptica the crew mourned the loss of their friend. Yet they knew Ryan's sacrifice had saved them all. As they continued toward their destination, Alex reflected on how much they had already overcome. The road ahead was still uncertain, but one thing was clear. Humanity's place in the stars was no longer just a dream. It was becoming a reality. The Ecliptica finally reached the coordinates marked on the ancient map. What awaited them was both awe-inspiring and haunting. A massive orbital station, drifting silently in the void of space. Its structure was immense, with towering spires and glowing panels that pulsed faintly, as if alive. The design was unmistakably human, yet it bore an elegance and sophistication far beyond anything Earth had ever created. It was a relic of the lost civilization, a testament to their once great achievements. As the crew approached, they noticed signs of decay. Parts of the station were damaged, its surface scarred by what appeared to be weapons fire or some catastrophic event. Despite its condition, the station still radiated power, suggesting that at least some of its systems remained functional. Captain Jorek ordered a cautious landing, and the team prepared to explore the interior. Inside, the air was stale but breathable. The walls were lined with holographic displays, many of which flickered to life as the crew moved through the corridors. These projections showed scenes of bustling cities, advanced machinery, and humans living among the stars. There were also warnings, messages left behind by the ancients, urging future visitors to tread carefully. "This place is more than a ruin," Laura whispered, her voice filled with wonder. "It's a message from the past." The deeper they ventured, the more they uncovered. In one chamber, they found records detailing the rise and fall of the ancient civilization. It seemed these humans had achieved incredible technological advancements, mastering energy sources and creating vessels capable of traveling between galaxies. But their success came at a cost. Greed, war, and hubris tore their society apart, leading to a devastating conflict that wiped out most of their kind. The station itself was built as a repository of knowledge, meant to preserve their legacy for anyone who might follow. However, the ancients hadn't made things easy. Traps and safeguards were scattered throughout the station, designed to protect their secrets from those unworthy of them. One room contained a holographic guardian, a projection of a stern-looking figure who challenged the crew to prove their worth. "Only the wise may inherit our legacy," it intoned. Alex realized they needed to solve a series of puzzles based on the symbols from the map. With Daniel's expertise in ancient languages and Samantha's technical skills, they managed to deactivate the Guardian and unlock access to the station's core. Meanwhile, remnants of Victor Kane's forces launched a desperate attack. Though their cruiser was damaged, they had regrouped and now sought to claim the station's secrets for themselves. A fierce battle erupted as the rogue ship deployed boarding pods to invade the station. The crew of the Ecliptica fought back, using the station's defenses to hold off the attackers. Ryan, believed lost after his earlier sacrifice, reappeared unexpectedly. He had survived the explosion and hitched a ride on the enemy ship, sneaking aboard to sabotage their efforts from within. In a climactic moment, Ryan disabled the invaders' main weapon, giving the Ecliptica the upper hand. But as he planted explosives to destroy the enemy vessel, he knew he wouldn't have time to escape. Over the comms, he gave a final farewell to his friends. "Make sure this matters," he said, his voice steady. Moments later, the enemy ship exploded, ending the threat but claiming Ryan's life once and for all. Back on the station, the remaining crew mourned his bravery. They knew his sacrifice would not be forgotten. With the battle over, they focused on securing the station's knowledge, determined to ensure it would be used wisely. As Alex looked around at the ancient marvels surrounding them, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. Humanity had stumbled upon its forgotten past, and now it was up to them to learn from it, to build a future worthy of their ancestors' legacy. With the Rove forces defeated and the orbital station secured, the crew of the Ecliptica turned their attention to preserving its secrets. The ancient knowledge stored within the station was vast, far more than they could fully comprehend in a short time. Alex, Laura, Samantha, and Daniel worked alongside the Zarnok Dominion scientists to catalog the data and artifacts. Ambassador Vela expressed her admiration for humanity's resilience and determination. "You are not the primitive beings we once believed," she said. "Your ancestors were great, and you have shown that their spirit lives on." The team discovered that the station contained not only records of technology, but also lessons about the mistakes of the past. The ancients had left behind warnings about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the importance of unity. These messages resonated deeply with Alex and his companions. They realized that humanity's return to the stars would require not just technological advancement, but wisdom and cooperation. As the mission neared its end, the Dominion offered Earth an unprecedented opportunity: membership in the galactic community. For years, humans had dreamed of making contact with alien civilizations, and now that dream was becoming a reality. But it came with responsibility. The Dominion emphasized that humanity must learn from its history and avoid repeating the errors that led to the downfall of their ancestors. Alex and Laura agreed to help establish a joint research initiative between Earth and the Dominion, ensuring that the knowledge gained from the station would be used for peaceful purposes. Victor Kane's shadow still loomed over them, a reminder of how easily greed and ambition could corrupt. His organization had been dismantled, but the damage he caused served as a cautionary tale. Sarah Myers, the journalist who had helped expose Kane's crimes, wrote a detailed report about the mission, sharing the story with the world. Her article sparked global discussions about humanity's place in the universe and the importance of using newfound knowledge responsibly. When the Ecliptica returned to Earth, the crew was greeted as heroes. Their journey had opened doors no one thought possible, bridging the gap between humanity and the stars. Governments around the world began working together in ways they never had before, inspired by the idea that Earth was part of something much larger. New programs were launched to train scientists, engineers, and diplomats for future missions into space. Alex stood at an observatory one night, gazing at the stars. He thought about Ryan and the sacrifices made to protect the mission. Though Ryan was gone, his bravery had ensured that humanity's future remained bright. Laura joined him, holding a tablet displaying images from the station. "We've come so far," she said softly. "But this is just the beginning." Alex nodded. "It's up to us to make sure we don't lose our way again. We can't let fear or greed hold us back." He smiled, feeling the sense of hope he hadn't known before. Humanity had been given a second chance, a chance to reclaim its lost legacy and build a better future. In the months that followed, Earth began taking its first steps toward becoming a true spacefaring civilization. With guidance from the Zarnok Dominion and the lessons of the past, humanity set out to explore the galaxy once more. The orbital station became a symbol of what could be achieved when different species worked together. It was a reminder that even the smallest actions could lead to infinite possibilities. As the stars twinkled above, Alex felt a deep sense of gratitude for the friends he had made, the discoveries they had uncovered, and the boundless potential that lay ahead. Humanity's story was far from over, and for the first time in centuries, it felt like the best was yet to come.